Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar today refused to retract his criticism of the Congress as the weakest link in the opposition and urged it to take the lead as a big party in setting an alternative narrative for the next general election. He supports centre yet again and also dents the League of Opposition Parties led by the Congress, accusing them of lethargy and inaction on key issues.
आज देश में अल्टरनेटिव नैरेटिव की जरूरत है। सिर्फ रिएक्टिव नैरेटिव से काम नहीं चलेगा और सिर्फ एकता की बात कर देने से भी काम नहीं चलेगा।
Nitish Kumar taking his criticism of ally Congress to a new level. Of late, the two parties have had bitter exchanges, especially after the Congress accused him of political opportunism for supporting the NDA's presidential candidate. At a meeting of JDU leaders on Sunday, Nitish Kumar accused the Congress of what he called denting the impact of opposition unity. On Monday, he padded it up with a specific example.
मैंने तो चिदंबरम साहब के बुक रिलीज के फंक्शन में सामने श्री राहुल गांधी जी बैठे हुए थे, तो हमने कहा कांग्रेस बड़ी पार्टी है, सेट करिए।
But despite the sharp public barbs, both the JDU and Congress say the alliance is intact.
Mr. Nitish Kumar himself has said so, and our coalition is strong, stable and straight there, and everybody stands by each other there.
The Bihar Chief Minister has ruled himself out of the race for Prime Minister in 2019, and his party leaders say this has given him scope to do plain talking. So is there a chance of Ghar Wapsi into the NDA fold? His earlier ally, the BJP, say Nitish Kumar and the Congress aren't made for each other.
उनके खून के अंदर एंटी कांग्रेसिज्म है। वह डॉक्टर लोहिया के शिष्य रहे।
Nitish's message to Congress party is very clear that 2019 parliamentary elections is not going to be about alliances, but it's going to be all about alternative agenda. And it's better for the party to bring its act together sooner than later.
With Manish Kumar, Amitabh Revi, NDTV.
Well, let me introduce my guests on the program. There's KC Tyagi, spokesperson of the JDU, also going to be joined in just a bit by Manish Tiwari of the Congress. Mr. Tyagi, sir, let me start by asking you, first Nitish Kumar, of course, supported Ramnath Kovind for the post of president. Then when the opposition decided to largely boycott the midnight GST special session, he sent a representative. And now this escalating war of words. Would you say that the partnership with the Congress, sir, is now clearly at breaking point?
नहीं, ये आपका विश्लेषण ठीक नहीं है। जीएसटी पर हमारे अलावा कई और भी दल थे जिनकी अलग राय थी और किसी स्टेज पर ये तय नहीं हुआ था कि इसका वॉकआउट होगा। कांग्रेस पार्टी की अलग राय थी, हम लोगों की अलग राय थी। जहां तक प्रेसिडेंट कैंडिडेट को लेकर के विवाद है, वो बहुत विस्तार में मैं नहीं जाना चाहता, चूंकि नीतीश कुमार जी के आज की प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस के बाद सब चीज क्लियर हो गई है। उन्होंने कहा है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी को इशू बेस्ड मुद्दे तलाश करने चाहिए और उनको विपक्ष की से मोहर लगवा करके अब उस पर जनता को गोलबंद करना चाहिए, विपक्षी दलों को गोलबंद करना चाहिए। चूंकि लोकसभा चुनाव में कम समय नहीं बचा है और जिस तरह का बढ़त बीजेपी की है, एक के बाद एक राज्य में वो जीतते जा रहे हैं। बिहार के बाद एक झटके में लगा था कि जैसे हम बीजेपी को चेक करने में कामयाब होंगे, लेकिन आसाम के और उत्तर प्रदेश के नतीजों ने हमें बहुत निराश किया है। इतना हमारा जरूर है कि श्री गुलाम नबी आजाद जैसे सीनियर, सोबर और डिसीजन मेकिंग लीडर के लिए ये उचित नहीं था और जरूरी भी नहीं था कि पॉलिटिकल आइडियोलॉजी को लेकर के कोई कमेंट किया जाए, चूंकि कोई एक अवसर नहीं है जब आदरणीय सोनिया जी के लिए या राहुल जी के लिए जनता दल यूके किसी कार्यकर्ता या नेता ने कोई भी अनप्लीजेंट रिएक्शन दिया हो या टिप्पणी की हो। गठबंधन चलाने के लिए एक दूसरे के नेताओं का सम्मान करना और कार्यक्रम को मान करके बांध करके चलना, ये पहली शर्तें होती हैं। और उनके इस वक्तव्य ने जरूर हमें हिलाया जब उन्होंने हमारे बेसिक पर ही, हमारी जड़ों पर ही प्रहार कर दिया कि कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं जो कई तरह की विचारधाराओं में यकीन करते हैं और कई तरह के फैसले लेते हैं। तो ऐसे ऑब्जेक्शनेबल और अनप्लीजेंट जो कमेंट्स हैं उनसे बचना चाहिए सभी लोगों को।
जी, मैं
और
समझ
हम और हमारी पार्टी कभी न लालू जी के बारे में न कांग्रेस जी
जी, एक minute, for the benefit of our viewers, Ghulam Nabi Azad, of course, had said that different principles lead to different decisions, and that is the comment that Mr. Tyagi is referring to. I'm told that we are having trouble with that connection with Manish Tiwari, but we are now joined by him on the phone line, even as we try and fix that link. Thanks so much, Manish Tiwari, for speaking to us. This is a very strong attack that we've seen, by Nitish Kumar there, describing the Congress as the weakest link, taking it right up to Rahul Gandhi's door, questioning the party's leadership. Would you say that, that this is now untenable a relationship between the Congress and the JDU?
Well, we've always had the greatest respect for Mr. Nitish Kumar, and we continue to have that respect for him. After all, we are a part of the Mahagathbandhan, and so is the JDU in Bihar. Unfortunately, there has been a divergence. But notwithstanding the divergence, we would once again like to appeal to the JDU and to Mr. Nitish Kumar to reconsider their position. After all, he was one of the architects of trying to put the opposition together. For some reason which I do not want to enter into, they decided to support the candidature of Mr. Kovind. But the votes have not been cast as yet. There is still some way to go till the 17th, by the time the campaign ends. And finally the voting takes place on the 17th, if my dates are correct from the top of my head. So I would like to appeal to Mr. KC Tyagi, who's been a friend for a very long time and who's a very senior politician, a parliamentarian, a person whose political career goes back more than 3 decades or 4 decades, longer than mine, that at times, we do rush into a position, but that does not mean that we cannot reconsider. There is still time to reconsider.
Okay, fair enough, Tiwari, but I would like to ask you, one question. There are all those who would say that when Nitish Kumar said that just talking about opposition unity isn't enough, that there just can't be reactionary politics and led by the Congress, really, the opposition needs to set an agenda. There are many who would sort of agree with that and say that that is what is now severely lacking, that there is virtually no opposition.
Well, Natasha, the decision to field a presidential candidate, which is not of the Congress party alone, but of 17 opposition parties, was based on a programmatic understanding that the values and the ideals on which this nation is constituted, the entire idea of India, is under assault. And that becomes the foundational ground norm for the opposition to come together, or all those forces to come together who believe in the founding values of the Indian Constitution. And of course, if a programmatic agenda is required, which it is in all such cases, because if you go back to the genesis of UPA 1, there was a common minimum program that we had evolved. That was work in progress. And then you had this unfortunate coitus interruptus with the JDU deciding to go its own way. But as I said earlier, that we would still very, very humbly and very respectfully appeal to them to reconsider their position.
Okay. KC Tyagi, you're listening in to all of this. Now, for all those who are saying that, Mr. Tyagi, the issue for Nitish Kumar is not really the survival, of course, of Bihar government. It's about leadership. And that's the point he's making, leadership for 2019. And there's much speculation, as you can imagine, and lots of people saying that is he trying to sort of fill what many describe as a vacuum for the post of Prime Minister as far as the opposition is concerned in 2019, the opposition's Prime Ministerial candidate. How fair is that assessment, Mr. Tyagi?
मैं मनीष तिवारी की विनम्रता और उनके तर्कों की तारीफ करता हूं। वो कांग्रेस पार्टी के उन चंद नेताओं में से हैं जो आर्गुमेंट और विनम्रता के साथ पेश आते हैं। जहां तक 2019 का सवाल है, ये हम ऑन रिकॉर्ड भी कहना चाहते हैं और इसको समाप्त भी करना चाहते हैं। हमारी छोटी पार्टी है, हमारे 2 MP हैं, ज्यादा से ज्यादा हमारे 15-20 MP आ सकते हैं, और उसके बलबूते पर चाहे नीतीश कुमार जी में लाख खूबियां हों, उनको 8 के चैनल समेत 3 चैनलों ने बेस्ट चीफ मिनिस्टर माना है। उन पर उनके 40-45 साल के सार्वजनिक जीवन में किसी को उंगली उठाने का मौका नहीं लगा। कास्ट, रिलीजन, लैंग्वेज, सब तरह की चीजों से ऊपर रहे हैं, लेकिन हमने कभी नहीं कहा कि वो प्रधानमंत्री होंगे। लालू जी ने एक बार कह दिया, शरद पवार जी ने कह दिया, जो अपने दूसरे नेता हैं देवेगौड़ा जी ने कह दिया कि भाई वो उभरते हुए हैं, उनमें हम प्राइम मिनिस्टर का अक्स देखते हैं। तो ऐसा अपने नेता के बारे में कहना सोचना कोई गुनाह नहीं है, कोई पाप नहीं है हमारा पॉलिटिकल लाइफ में। लेकिन चिदम्बरम साहब की किताब के मौके पर, विमोचन के मौके पर नीतीश कुमार जी इज ऑन रिकॉर्ड ऑन सेइंग आस्किंग श्री राहुल गांधी टू कम फॉरवर्ड एंड लीड द डेलीगेशन। अब 1 महीना हो गया है मंदसौर को हुए, क्यों मंदसौर बंद होना चाहिए? क्यों नहीं उसके बाद फॉलो अप एक्शन होना चाहिए? इतनी लिंचिंग हो रही है कि राइट टू लिव भी खतरे में पड़ गया है। क्यों नहीं कांग्रेस पार्टी के नेतृत्व में 17 पार्टियों का गठबंधन जुनैद के गांव जाना चाहिए? तो नीतीश कुमार जी चाहते हैं, वो तो सीन से अलग हैं, कांग्रेस पार्टी को बड़ी पार्टी के रूप में प्रोग्मेटिक यूनिटी बना करके लीड लेनी चाहिए, क्योंकि समय नहीं बचा है। और जो विपक्षी दल है और जो गठबंधन है वो इतना मजबूत है कि मनीष जी चुनाव लड़ चुके हैं, देख चुके हैं किस तरह का माहौल बनाया गया है। उससे निपटने के लिए एक तो संपूर्ण एकता होनी चाहिए और इशू बेस्ड जो एकता हो, पर्सन बेस्ड एकता ना हो। हम लोग तो आज कैटेगरिकली इसके साथ नीतीश कुमार जी भी कह चुके हैं, हम भी कह चुके हैं, लेकिन अपने नेता के लिए 2 अच्छी बात बोलना और यही नीतीश कुमार जी पे प्रहार का कारण बन गया। उनकी जो बढ़ती हुई एक्सेप्टेबिलिटी है, हमने तो नहीं कहा ना, हम आज कह रहे हैं ही इज नॉट ए पीएम कैंडिडेट बट ही इज ए पीएम मटेरियल। ये कहना कौन बुरी भारी बात है? क्या विदेश से आयातित होंगे? क्या कोई कब्र में से निकल के आएंगे?
Okay, he is not a prime ministerial candidate, but he is prime ministerial material. Manish, I know that they were just sort of setting up that link to you. I wonder if you managed to hear what Mr. Tyagi just said. Again talking about the Congress as the leader of this umbrella front of the opposition, taking the initiative. One thing he said was, why don't all those 17, 18 parties go to Junaid's village, for instance? Why don't they set the agenda? Why is it always reactionary? Manish Tiwari.
Well, as I was earlier pointing out, that we've always had and we continue to have the greatest respect for Mr. Nitish Kumar, and Mr. K.C. Tyagi has tremendous political experience and acumen. And if you were to rewind back between 2004 and 2014, the challenge to the UPA government actually emerged only a year earlier in May 2013, when Mr. Modi was anointed as the prime ministerial candidate in Goa. So therefore, we are 23 months or 22 months from the next general election as we speak. And all this would have evolved in the natural course of things. The presidential election was the beginning or the commencement of that process of various political parties coming together, as Mr. Tyagi was pointing out when I heard him, that in a situation where the right to life is under challenge, and he has a valid point, whether it is visiting Junaid's village to commiserate with his family for the brutal manner in which he was killed, or raising the issues of farmers' rights, or even for that matter the muzzling and the muffing of the media, or the manner in which the Kashmir situation has gone belly up, or the fact that the economy is completely dysfunctional. All these are issues which the opposition collectively has to raise, and Mr. Nitish Kumar has a very important role to play in that. And therefore, once again, at the risk of repetition, may I reiterate that possibly it is not even too late now to reconsider their position and join the progressive and the nationalist forces who are trying to keep the idea of India alive.
Okay. But do you need to do more? That's still the question. I'm also joined by Prashant Jha, Associate Editor with the Hindustan Times. The point that Tiwari makes that, of course, an alternative only came UPA 2 just 1 year before the elections. But where Mr. Modi is today and where UPA 2 was just 1 year before that key election, of course, it was like, it was just immensely different.
Indeed. In fact, listening to both Manish ji and Tyagi ji, and one has learnt a lot of politics from both of them, is that there are two threads that one can see within the opposition alliance, and both have a point. I think Nitish Kumar has a point when he's saying Congress is reactive. He has a point that even on the issue of the presidential election, if the Congress had nominated even Meera Kumar before the BJP nominated Ramnath Kovind, they would have set the agenda. The BJP would have been on the defensive. The BJP would have responded. And this is something that Nitish Kumar had come to Sonia Gandhi and told her, you take the lead. So he's absolutely right when he's saying that. At the same time, one has to recognize that politics cannot only be seen in terms of events, but in terms of sequence of events. And there is a clear pattern that we are seeing of Nitish Kumar opening the doors vis-a-vis BJP. There is a certain softening of the position also, and if you see the support,
parting is inevitable, or it's too early to say.
It's too early to say whether it's inevitable, but what is clear is that there is a certain opening of doors with the BJP. Nitish Kumar can see that if in 2019 if Prime Minister Modi is going to come back, then it makes sense to have a functional relationship with the centre. In 2020, remember, Lalu Prasad is the bigger party in Bihar. In 2020, Lalu Prasad will say, we have given 5 years to you, now it's the time, now it's my son's turn. If he is going to stake his claim, where will Nitish Kumar be? There are lots of other issues that he is looking at, and so he is keeping this insurance policy.
These options really have to be kept open.
So that's also happening. At the same time, he's absolutely right that the Congress is really not leading the opposition in the manner it should.